Hi, I'm Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center at ivymasters.com. Today we're going to look at Test 5, Section 2, number 27, which reads, at this point, the writer is considering adding the following sentence. Crowdfunding tends to attract contributors from a wide variety of professional fields. Should the writer make this addition here? So there's a couple things you want to keep in mind when answering a question like this. One is, you might be thinking it's yes, and then when you go to the explanations, neither of them is good enough to be the correct answer. Then consider the no explanations, and vice versa. So what you might originally be thinking may not be correct. You got to consider those explanations. The other thing is there's several strategies that go into play when you're doing this type of question. Number one, paragraphs tend to go from general to specific. So if you're doing a question, look at the transitioning sentence before and after. If in either place it's going specific to general, then you know it's in the wrong spot. Paragraphs always go from problem to solution. So look at the transitioning sentence before and after. If it goes solution to problem in either place, then you know it's in the wrong spot. And always read that sentence after, because you'll find that oftentimes it will fit with the sentence before, but not the sentence after. And the sentence after that is what makes it wrong. Another thing, you don't want to separate any sentences that should not be separated. And lastly, and I'd say the most prevalent thing that applies to this question right here is you want to see what you'd expect before or after the sentence in question, as well as the sentence before the sentence after. So when we go to, I'm going to read actually sentence 26, which starts as the answer here. So it is work that is easily understood and appreciated is supported, while more complex work goes unnoticed. Once you read that, what are you expecting? You're expecting an example of the work that is easily understood and supported and more complex work going unnoticed. Something along those lines. Got to be consistent with that. And then what we get in the sentence that's in question is crowdfunding tends to attract contributors from a wide variety of professional fields. So it does not seem to, the same idea as came before, it does not seem to come after it. The other thing is, if you saw crowdfunding tends to attract contributors from a wide variety of professional fields, what would you expect after? You'd probably expect an example of that wide variety of professional fields where that funds each of these projects. And then in the sentence after, we get time that could be used creating art is spent devising clever perks to draw attention of potential contributors. So it's not that wide variety of fields. And then if you read without that in place, let's see how that works. So we've got work that is easily understood and appreciated is supported, while more complex work goes unnoticed. Time that could be used creating art is spent devising clever perks to draw attention of potential contributors. So that's another reason that's consistent actually with the main idea of this paragraph. Artists such as Brooklyn performers find that crowdfunding exacerbates, which means worsens, problems that already exist. And also, looking at the first sentence of the paragraph, this part does not seem to work. So it looks like it's a resounding no. So we get rid of the yes answers. We got to make sure one of the no explanations works well. And answer choice C, no, because it fails to take into account project funding received from public institutions. Public versus private does not seem to be a theme in the paragraph. So looks like not that. And then we have answer choice D, no, because it blurs the focus of the paragraph by introducing a poorly integrated piece of information. That looks like we've got our winner. By the way, another thing, when it is a no answer, it's not going to be the really strong no answer. It's not going to be no because it contradicts. It's not going to be no because it undermines. On all the PSATs and SATs that have been released thus far by the College Board, there's probably 30 of each-ish. I've never seen it be that strong no answer. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You could share it with someone who has trouble with should the writer make this addition here type questions.
If there's any question you'd like to see shot from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, you can leave that in the comments as well. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.